Her hobbies are cycling and Facebook. Areas of meeting successful people, attending business and motivational courses, and trying out new eateries. And her burning desires is to be debt free by 22nd November 2021 and to retire rich and wealthy by 2020 November 2024. And then something that we all doesn't know about her is that during her tenure as the Selangor Chief Legal Officer of Puteri UMNO in 2001, she had the opportunity to be in the company of Tun Mahathir. And her key to success is give, and continue giving till the world owes you a favor. So now I will pass the floor to her to inaugurate the program and give a talk on the topic of cracking the secret of emotion and mindset. تفضل مشكورة.
Thank you, shukran jazilan, Mr. Maisa. Just for the record, I was an alumni in IIUM in 1995. So when I graduated, it wasn't here in Gombak, it was in Petaring Jaya, section 17. So after that, we slowly shifted to Gombak. So Alhamdulillah, the icon now is in Gombak. Really, I've been there several times. In fact, I also taught part-time lecturing there in IIUM. Okay, so Farhana, can you please share my slide? Okay. Okay, Assalamualaikum. I'm deeply honored to be here in front of all of you. 24 hours today. So the title of our topic today is cracking the secret and emotion and mindset. So this is my branding, Amazing Syarie Alaya. I'm also the custody fighter because I fight for I love child custody cases. So next. Okay, so basically I had my degree. I graduated from IIUM. And then I did my master's and also have my JSLP because it's a requirement for a Sharia lawyer to have their JSLP. Okay, next. Then. So, Hannah, I cannot see the slide now. Okay. So this is my legal experience. I started my career in 1996 as an LA. With my master. So from 1996 until now, I'm still practicing. So I've been alone, I've been working for people, I've been on my own, I've been partnered with another firm. So now I'm back to being on my own. Okay, next. So basically, my professional qualification, I'm an advocate of solicitor of Maya. What it means by being an advocate and solicitor, you do your degree 4 years in law school, then you do your chambering for 9 months, and then you get qualified. You are called to the bar. You call it, the process is being called to the bar. So you become an advocate and solicitor. So you can practice in the whole of Semenanjung Malaysia. But if you want to practice in Sabah and Sarawak, you would have to take extra chambering because there's a different requirement over there. So then only you can qualify to practice in West Malaysia and East Malaysia. Myself, I can only practice in West Malaysia only. So I'm also a member of the Bar Council, Syarie Counsel. Okay, when you become a Syarie Counsel, it goes by state. So I'm qualified to practice in Selangor, KL, and Negeri Sembilan. Okay, I'm also a professional member of a Business Networking International and also a certified NLP practitioner. Why did I choose to become certified? Because in my line of work, I deal a lot with emotions. I deal a lot with, I help people because people come to me when they have problems, emotional problems. Sometimes when they get very depressed, they get very upset. So I need a tool that can help them. How do I want to help these people? So I took up, I took it upon myself to be certified. So I can actually cure people who have emotional problems. Okay, that's one of my expertise. Okay, next. Okay, so Apart from being a lawyer, I love teaching. So I've been teaching as a part-time lecturer since 1997 up till 2021. So in various universities in IIUM itself, UKM, USIM, UNICEL, and UNITEN. So these are the subjects I've been teaching. My last subject that I taught was evidence and procedure in Sharia court. Okay, next. Okay, so apart from being a lecturer, apart from being kerja hakiki, my job, which is as a lawyer, I also do a lot of training, because what I do, I want to advocate. I want to teach the young lawyers, you know, the law students, what it needs to become a good lawyer. What do you need? The tools that you need, you know, how you want to manage expectation when you go out there. Because what you learn in law school actually is 99.9% you won't use when you actually go to the real world. It's like you have to acquire a total new sets of skill. So these are my trainings. So far, I've done lawyer empower training 1, 2, and lawyer drafting training. So what I do is I empower the young lawyers to become better lawyers. How do you want to become a lawyer who can empower other lawyers? So that's what I do. Okay, next. Okay, so basically this is, I want to ask all of you, what do you expect from this talk? Perhaps somebody can share here. I see a few names here. I'll just call out names, yeah? Faiz. Faiz, are you there, Faiz?
Yes, Pam, I am here.
Okay, so what is your expectation from this talk?
I'm expecting to have to increase my knowledge, madam, regarding this topic.
Good. Alhamdulillah, thank you very much. Okay, we'll try another one who has the same name, similar to mine. Fatima Azahra. Perhaps you'd like to share what is your take, what do you expect from this topic? Fatima. Oh, she's not responding. Okay, never mind. We'll ask the moderator himself, Mr. Maisan. What do you expect to risk from this training? What value do you expect to get from this training?
To get the knowledge and how to apply on from the theory and the workplace, how's the difference, and because there is a lot of differences, and then workplaces, right?
Okay, good, fantastic. Thank you so much for your sharing. Thank you, Faiz. Thank you, my son. Okay, next, Farhana. Okay, now we'll go into our topic, cracking the secret of emotion and mindset. Wow, this is really a fantastic topic. Okay, next. Okay, so this is you in the middle. So what do you need? Okay, you have to settle your emotion. You have to settle your mindset. You have to, on top of that, you have to manage your energy. So that's, we have energy management. Okay, so what do we do now? Next, Farhana. Okay, so 6 strategies to the correct mindset and emotional well-being. If you notice, the picture there is about a key. So this is a key, how you want to get actually the correct mindset. Because mindset is important. When you want to, if you're a student, your mindset is different. Because your mindset is to study, to make sure you get good grades so you get a good job. But when you actually enter the workforce, your mindset is no longer as a student. It's as an employee. How is it that you want to perform that your company can benefit from you and you can be a valuable asset to your company? What is it that will make your employee think, I'll give you better pay than other lawyers? What is the difference? You know, so you have to have that correct mindset. Okay, emotional well-being. Emotional well-being means emotionally you must be stable. If you are not settled down here, you cannot perform. That's normal to everybody, even to myself. If I'm very upset, I cannot perform. I rather not meet any people. Because if you cannot control your emotion, you will exude negative energy. And if you want to make friends, you want to build a relationship, you want to make sales, you want to impress your clients, you have to be in a positive energy all the time. So the question is, how do you maintain a positive energy? Sometimes we as a student, sometimes we get very frustrated with the lecturer, you know, especially when you want to study online. You know, the connection is not there as opposed to if you study physically, correct or not? Do you agree with me? Okay, if you agree, write 1 in the chat room. If you don't agree, write 2. Yes, thank you so much for your response, Noreen. So when there's no, because for example, if you study, if it's physical, like what in those days, you know, when you don't understand something, you can just go and see the lecturer. You know, sometimes can have coffee with him and just try to understand the subject. But if it's an online, it's very difficult to get hold of the lecturer, and then you won't have this emotional connection. I think that applies to everyone, even to myself. So it's better. So in this kind of situation, how do you want to cope with that? Okay, so next, Hannah. So what is the first key? Okay, the first key is gratitude. Why is gratitude very important in everyday life? Gratitude means that you show thanks to God, to Allah, you know. He created us, therefore whatever happened to us, good or bad, there's something behind it. There's a lesson that we have to learn. So in whatever we do, we must always be grateful. For example, when you wake up, you know, the fact that you can wake up every morning, you can open your eyes, that is something to be grateful for. The fact that you can still breathe, that is something to be grateful about. You know, the fact that you are able to perform another prayer, you're able to read another verse of the Quran, that is also something to be grateful about. The fact that you still have your parents, you know, you can still call your mother, "Hi mom, how are you? I'm fine." You know, even though perhaps you're at the campus and your mother is at home, but you can still call them. So that is something you have to be grateful about. You still have your lectures, you still have your studies in front of you. So that is something to be grateful of. So every day we wake up from sleep, we must be grateful. Because when we are grateful for Allah, for giving us another day, we are able to be positive throughout the day. What I normally do, apart from saying thanks to Allah, what I normally do is I normally this is your parents. I normally sedekah. You know, have you ever heard of sedekah subuh? When there's a specific time actually after subuh, after the azan subuh, and before the fajr, you sedekah. So what I normally do, okay, thank you Juraida for your response. Okay, so what I normally do is I've done this for 1 year plus, since March last year until now. So what I do is after azan subuh, I take out $1 from my wallet, I put inside another wallet. I do that every day without fail. So that is one, sedekah. And then second, what I do is I feed my cat. I don't have a cat now. I have stray cats outside the house. So what I do is I just put cat food outside. But the timing must be accurate. You know, the timing is within 1 hour. After azan subuh and before fajr. No, it's not before fajr. Before syuruk. Before macam 6 o'clock till 7. So you have 1 hour to do all your sedekah. And I also water the plants. Because to me, you want to sedekah. Oh, there's a comment here. My parents also do the same thing. They also, okay. Yes, thank you so much for your sharing, Johaida. Okay, and also, what I do is I always water the plants. But I water the plants actually once a day, which is during that time, after subuh and before syuruk, that particular time. So you sedekah to human being, you sedekah to makhluk, which is the cat, you know, the plants. So when you do that, you will see a difference in your life, because at that point of time, there is a malaikat that will always dua for the goodness. And there's a hadith that says that those who do not give sedekah during subuh, you know, maka celakalah kau, you know. I don't know how to put that in English, you know. Something bad will fall upon them. So the best thing is you have to practice the amalan to sedekah after subuh. You have to do it, because you will see that things will come easy for you. Your rizki will come, money will come, you know, everything will be easy for you. Because why? The sedekah subuh. You must do that. Okay, apart from the saying thanks to Allah lah. That is what I normally do. So when you imagine you start your day by giving sedekah to people, and then the rest, everything you will put yourself in a very positive mood, because you have done your sedekah to everybody. So what I normally do is I put the money inside the wallet, the separate wallet. I will, every Friday, I will ask my husband to take the wallet, you know, give it to the masjid. Or if during PKP, only recently the masjid opened, but before that, what I will do is I take the money and I buy up a breakfast. I give to the security guard at my place, like that. Okay, next. Okay, next is communication. The main reason why we sometimes get very emotional, we get very frustrated, we get very stressed out with our employee, with our lecturers, with our friends, even with our family, is because of communication. And most of the marriage end up with divorce because of communication. You don't know how to communicate, you miscommunicate, you over-communicate. So basically it's communication. So how exactly do you communicate to get your message across? Sometimes you may mean one thing, but the other person understands as a different thing. Therefore, you get a different result. When you get a different result, you get very frustrated. Oh, there's somebody who commented here. Let me read the chat. Oh, there's a hadis. Okay. Oh, this is the hadis. Tiada satu pagi pun dilalui seorang hamba melainkan ada dua malaikat berdoa, Ya Allah, berikan pada pemberi sedekah ganti sedekah manakala malaikat. Oh. Okay, so according, there's a sharing by this one sister Fariza. She mentioned that there's a hadith that there are every morning during subuh, there are two malaikat that will come down. So the first malaikat will ask from Allah, will berdoa that, oh God, please give the person who gives sadaqah a replacement of what he has given. And the other malaikat will pray that the person who doesn't give sadaqah, let him be kedekut, let bad things happen to him now because of his the fact that he refused to give sadaqah. So please do that. Okay, next. So how do we communicate? Okay, basically there are three methods of communication. Okay, first we have the visual person, next you have the auditory person, next you have the kinesthetic person. So who here thinks they're a visionary person? Say, type 1 in the chat room if you think that you're a visual person. Okay, you might be confused. Yeah? Okay, Kalila, she's a visual person. Thank you, Kayla. Okay, Juraida also, okay, visual person. So, visual person means that they communicate by using words like, oh, I see your point. Perhaps you could paint me a picture so I might understand it better. They use word that I observe what you are doing is wrong. Perhaps you should do it this way. So if you see the person communicating like that, so therefore you must communicate in the same way to have the same wavelength of that person. Then only your communication can get across. Okay, so the person who is a visionary person, normally they talk very fast. I'm a visual person, so I talk very fast. Okay, so another set of person is the auditory person. So the auditory person is the person who has to hear something. I don't like the idea of how that thing sounds. I don't like the background. The sound of it is very disturbing me. Perhaps you should make it sound differently. So the words that he used are related to sounds. And if this kind of person, for example, in class, he can actually listen. He can perform better by listening to music, those kind of people. My daughter, for example, she's an auditory person. When she studies, she has to read out aloud to herself, So I'll be asking her, why you doing like that, Auntie? You read so loud. This is the only way I can study, I can remember. So they have to read the lesson to themselves so they can actually remember all the things the lecturer has taught them. So these are auditory person. So the next person is kinesthetic person. Do you have any friends who, for no particular reason, they just like to hug you, hold your hand, like ngending like that, do you have some friends like that? So they are the kinesthetic person. So they have to feel comfortable. So kinesthetic person, when they talk slowly because they want to feel every single word. I feel you. I don't feel comfortable in this environment. So when the person talks like that, you know that he is a kinesthetic person. Okay, so why is this understanding of VAK very important? Why? because this is how you want to get your message across, to get something done, to get a result done. You have to identify that person is what kind of person. So if the person is a kinesthetic person, the feel good person, you cannot talk to him like, I don't see your point. Why are you talking like that? You cannot, the choice of words must actually match his personality. So if he's a kinesthetic person, you have to probably come and see him, pat him on the shoulder. Look, it's okay. I understand. I feel you, man. I feel you. This is how we should do it. If you don't feel comfortable, please tell me. So you have to actually find a way to get your message across. How? By understanding what type of person he is. So if you are able to do this, therefore you would actually, if you're in the workforce, you can actually reduce the stress at the office place. Let's say your boss is a visionary person and you are a kinesthetic person. So you have to adapt to use his way of communicating visually, so that you're able to come to eventually become best friends like that. So this is what I normally do with my client. If I'm doing consultation with my client, counseling with my client, I see how they speak. So if the person, he mentions, I don't see the point, I don't understand why my husband is doing this, I do so many things, but still I observe his behavior from day one, from day two, so I know this person is a kinesthetic person. So with this kind of person, what I need to do is I have to show them facts and figures. Okay, this is what you need to do. This is what. This is how I want to solve the problem. So this is also the way for me doing consultation, counseling with people. Because people, if they talk the same language with you, you will get the result that you want. Okay, so this is how you must be able to communicate with everybody effectively so that you don't get so stressed out. Sometimes in some marriages, you have the husband who is a visionary person. The wife is a kinesthetic person. So if that happens, the wife wants to feel loved, to be hugged all the time. But the husband has no time. He wants to focus. The way he communicates is different from the wife. So the wife will feel neglected. So if that is the case, then there is no communication. So far, do you understand? So far, okay? Are you good? You good? Okay, thank you. You're so good looking, Rakib. Alhamdulillah. Okay, next, Hannah. Okay, acceptance. Okay, why is it very important to have acceptance? Whatever happened to us, there's a reason for it. So you have to accept it. Accept with a clear mind, with a clear heart. Okay, Hannah, next. Acceptance. Okay, what do you need to do? You have to embrace. Okay, have you ever been in a situation where you're often in a denial? This is normally what happens if, let's say, you break off with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, so you're in denial. He still loves me, but in actual fact, he doesn't love you. So if there is a situation, you have to embrace whatever comes to you. For example, you want to, you've just finished your degree, so you want to look for a job. You go for an interview, and probably you did some blunders during the interview. It's okay, no problem. Don't be so hard on yourself. You have to embrace the fact that everybody makes mistakes. So you have to learn from that mistake. So what is it that I did? What is it that I didn't do so that I can be better for my next interview? Okay? So you have to embrace, you have to learn from whatever happened. There is a lesson to be learned. If we don't learn the lesson, then we'll keep doing the same mistakes again and again and again. Okay, next. So how do you do it? So we have the 3Fs formula. Okay, first you have to forgive. Okay, so if you're in a relationship, you have to forgive your boyfriend who left you. It's okay, no problem. Second, you have to forget about it. Never mind, there are so many other men in this world. I don't need you. Okay. Third, you have to move on. Move on. There are so many better looking men than you. You guys so hard up for you. Like that lah. So you move on. So the same thing would happen if you actually doing chambering. Sometimes you are bound to make so many mistakes. In fact, during chambering, during the intern period, the practical period, it's okay to make mistakes. because nobody will scold you. I mean, people will scold you, lah, but nobody will hold you accountable for that. I have a cousin now, who was working in the law firm. She was a convincing lawyer. So when convincing that lawyer, you have to deal with bank documents, you know. So every digit is very important. So the loan was for like 100,000, like that. She added another zero, so it became different, you know. It became 1 million. So because of that, I mean, it ended up with some messy stuff. So so you have to be careful. So when you actually practice, or when you actually in the workforce, it's very difficult to make a mistake because you have to pay for your mistake. So like my cousin, she had to pay for the mistake. She was sacked from being a lawyer. So now she's a lecturer. So whatever happens, you could have buang kerja or whatever, you still, another, I mean, you have to look at the bright side of things, because not everything happens for a reason. But you must be able to forgive. If you have been through a very bad experience, you have to forgive the person. You have to forgive the person. You might not forget, because it's not easy to forget, but you have to forgive, because if you don't forgive, you cannot move on. You're like holding back to the past, you know. You're holding a grudge, so it's not good for you. So in order to be emotionally balanced, you have to let go from everything. You have to let go of all the limiting beliefs, the anger, the frustration, the sorrow, the sadness. Let go of everything. So forgive everybody. So if you do this as a practice, forgive everybody before you go to sleep, you end up being a better person. Forgive. It might be difficult to forget, but you just forget that particular act so that you can actually move on. So you have to move on, because life is too short to be unhappy. Okay? Next, Anna. Okay, adapt. Okay, adapt. Adapt is very important. Okay. Now we are in the pandemic situation. So most of the people are very reluctant to meet online. Even your classes are meet physically. Even your classes are online, right? For how long are your classes are going to be online? Till next year, is it? Don't know. Not sure, eh? Okay. So so you have to adapt to the situation. Before, we used to come to class, lectures, tutorials. Now everything is online. So this is a process of adaptation. You have to adapt to the situation. You see this pokok, this plant, you know, this is a desert, you know, there's no water, but see, the plant can survive there. So that's how you should be, you know, in a place where you think nobody can survive, everybody is surviving. So if you used to, as a business owner, I'm so used to seeing people physically, but just due to the pandemic, we cannot go out and whatnot. I have to resort to other methods on how to get business. So what I do is I give talks, you know, I do trainings. So from there, I get clients. And client translated to business, translated to money. So you have to adapt in every situation. If you, for example, in order to be adaptable, you have to be open for suggestions. You cannot be closed-minded. You have to be open to be able to accept other people's opinion and adapt to everything, your surrounding, your situation, the people around you. So when you are able to adapt, therefore you are able to release the tension that whatever you're facing. If you cannot adapt, then you might be unhappy. Okay, next, Hannah. Okay, this is what I love. Words of affirmation. Okay, so you must psych yourself up every morning. This is what I do. I tell myself every morning, you're a money magnet, you're a money magnet is that mantra, you're a money magnet, so I attract money. So money will come to me like that, you know. So that is normally how I psych myself up now. So macam yourself, you say, way to go, you know, good job, okay, well done, you know. So you have to tell yourself, I'm lovable, I'm capable, I'm a positive person, I'm confident, I know I can do it, I know I can ace this test, I know I'm a good worker, you know, I know I can perform well. You have to believe in yourself. Tell yourself that I'm good, I'm the best, and you will be the best. You'll be successful if you believe in yourself, because we are what we believe. If you believe that you're great, you definitely will be great. But if you believe that you are, I ni so lah, okay je, memang you akan jadi okay, you know. So is because people will see you as how you see yourself. You understand? Okay, next. Last but not least is me time. Okay, apart from all that, in order to be stable mentally, emotionally, you must have time for yourself to do what you like. For example, if you like to eat cakes, like myself, I like to eat cakes. You can eat cupcake, you can eat whatever you like, or if you like to read some novels or what you can do. Do something that you like during your me time. If you like cycling, okay, you can go cycling. So you have to allocate for yourself some me time. For girls, probably they like to go shopping, or that I don't know. My daughters, their me time would be going on Shopee, ordering stuff, putting it inside the cart, and then every day they will come. Some people like to do that, especially probably young you guys would. Yeah, Noreen said she likes to go shopping. Yeah, but we used to. Before pandemic, we like to go out shopping. Now we shopping online, correct or not? Through Lazada, Shopee, okay. Next. Okay, now we'll come to energy management. Okay, how many people here feel that they don't have enough time? If the answer is yes, you write number 5 in the chat room. Okay, Noreen feels that she doesn't. Okay, Rakib feels, ramai a lot. Nurul, Yasmin, Siti Balkis, okay. You feel that you don't have enough time. So the question is, everybody has 24 hours. Is it time management or is it energy management? At the end of the day, you still have time, but do you have the energy? Okay. Who here feels that they don't have the energy at the end of the day?
Sometimes I do. Quite enough.
Okay. So it's not about time. Actually, it's about energy. How you want to conserve your energy? Yeah, during the day. Correct, Rashad.
Yeah.
During the energy, sometimes at night you don't have energy. Time. Everybody has equal time, 24 hours. But how is it you want to manage your energy so that you are able to do what you need to do, what you have to accomplish? You have assignments due. How you want to conserve your energy so that you can perform and complete your tasks. How do you do that? The secret is energy management. Okay, so you want to know what the secret is? Okay, the first, work with your body rhythm. What does this mean? Okay, everybody have different body rhythm. For example, myself, I perform best in the wee hours of the morning. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. The ideas come non-stop. I can really perform during that time. Some people are like that. Some people that perform late night, 10 o'clock and above. That point of time, they are very productive. You give them anything that can solve any single thing. Some people like that. Okay. So who here performs best at night, 10 o'clock towards 1 o'clock?
Yeah, much.
Oh, my son. Okay. Oh, me, no, Rahmai, Anis. Okay. So if you know that works best for you, so you have to make sure that during that time, you do the most difficult thing. So that is what that you can perform best. So you must know. Okay. Some people that perform well, tengah hari, let's say 11, 12 o'clock, 12, 1, 2, 3, during that time, that's a peak hour. So when you identify which time is the best time, that point of time, you do the most difficult task that you have to do. And you'll be surprised how fast you can do it. As compared, if you, like, for example, my son, you do it, your best time is late at night. So if you have a task to do, if you do it in the morning, probably you won't get the same effect you do as you did at night. Correct or not?
Yes.
So you know your time. So everybody here, please, Nurul, Faiz, apa lagi? Rakib, Rashad, identify which time works best for you so that you can get the best results. Okay, everybody has 24 hours, but we need to know which time we are at the peak. So that is the best time that you do your work. So when you want to do your work, please don't go straight 3 hours, 4 hours. It doesn't work that way. Your body needs to rest. You need to rest. So when you want to do something, do it maximum 90 minutes. 1.5 hours. If you have to finish an assignment, 90 minutes. After 90 minutes, stop. 15 minutes, rest. Take coffee, just walk around, go toilet break. After 15 minutes, continue till you get your stuff done. Okay? This is the first thing. Everybody must do it. Whether you're a student, whether you're going to do internship, whether you're going to do for chambering, whether you're going to work, you cannot work direct from 9 to 5. It doesn't work that way. You work 90 minutes, stop, take a break, and then you can perform again. Because if you work direct for 3 hours, your body, your mind will be exhausted. You need a break. Okay, next. Okay, have a plan. Who here thinks that you don't need to plan? Who here thinks that, okay, I decide what I want to do today. I just do it without having any plan. Okay, who thinks like that? Type number 6 in the chat room. Oh, tak ada, no one. Okay. Who thinks that they must plan every single detail of the day? From the time they wake up till the time they go to sleep. 1 o'clock I must do this, 2 o'clock I must do this, 3 o'clock I must do this. Who does that? Type number 10 in the chat room. Ada? No one you orang macam mana? Oh, ada. Fariza. Oh, Siti Balkis. Oh. So, sister, congratulations, Siti Balkis, Rashad, Rakib. Congratulations. Why? Because if you don't have a plan, you plan to fail. Ana, next slide. Okay. Okay, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. It's okay as long as you have a plan. You must plan because we need to see. Because we cannot just, I pernah try actually not doing anything, not planning. But it doesn't work because I feel I waste so much time. Because if you actually have a plan, what you need to do is you need to write it down. Why do you need to write it down? Because our brain, the fact that kita write ada physical movement, our brain will actually remember what we wrote down, The same way when I study, when I want to when I was a student, I wanted to study for my exam. What I will do is I will understand, I will write until 10 times so the thing will commit to memory. So actually as a student, I would really love exam. I was looking forward for every exam. And anybody who sat next to me will be very tense up because I just would write non-stop for 3 hours, So I really pity the person who sit next to me lah. So every day I come up from the exam, every time there's an exam, I come up, I will be very happy, laughing, And other people will be very sad because I love exams, because I feel that that's a way to actually measure how much you understand from that particular subject. So for you guys here, you have to make a plan. It doesn't matter whether you don't fulfill the plan, it's okay. And no one's perfect. At least out of 10, probably you achieve 5. It's good enough. If you achieve 10, congratulations, you're the best. Yeah, Kayla helps me visualize. Yes. So memang sebab you're a visual person, of course you have to write everything down. So you have to actually plan every single thing. So you might want to have a notebook, you plan every single thing. But during my training, I learned that actually before you actually have the to-do list, you must actually have a to-be list. What is a to-be list? To-be list is a list where you decide what you're being, what you want to be. For myself, I said I want to become a money magnet. I want to become confident. I want to inspire people. So when you identify what you want to be, it's easier to do the to-do list. Okay, what do I need to inspire people? I need to help more people. I need to make them feel positive. How to be positive? I myself must be positive. How do I be positive? I show thanks to Allah, I help everybody, smile to everybody, then you'll be positive. Do you know it's a very simple way to be positive? You want me to share a secret? How to be positive? Very simple. Okay, you just smile. Smile. See, when you smile, everything, you feel so positive. Everybody seeing you will be attracted to you because of your energy. A simple smile will just make you into the mood to become a positive person. Okay, next, Hannah. Okay, monitor everything. Okay, who actually among here, who writes down all their achievement from first sem to second sem? Who writes it down? Okay, if they write it down, type number 7 in the chat room. Tak ada, you don't measure anything, is it? You don't monitor. Okay, let's talk about weight. Okay. Oh, ada Juraida, thank you so much. Bagus lah Juraida ni, so good lah you. Okay, who actually weight is something very sensitive to all ladies here. Oh, mid-year, Kalila, thank you. Okay, who normally weight themselves early in the morning, write it down, and then probably at night weight again, write it down, and then probably the next day? Who does that? Weight themselves every single day and write it down. Who does that? If yes, type 9 in the chat room. Oh, ada, Kalila. Using apps, okay. So actually it's good. Because why? When you measure, when you monitor everything, you can actually measure, you can actually manage everything. Okay, next quote, Hannah. What gets measured gets managed. So for example, your weight, you know, I have the same problem actually. When we actually find that we probably about 5 kilos overweight, we know we have to do something in order for our weight to reduce. So you wouldn't know how much you weigh until you actually measure it. Same goes for success. You actually have to know how much. For example, as a student, have you finished your assignment? How much more do you need to do in order to secure yourself an A? To make sure you're in the dean's list, you know, to make sure you graduate with first class honors. What do you need to do? Same like when you're working in the when you're in the workforce, you need to measure everything that you do. Like for example, you are asked to do statement of claim. As a lawyer, when we want to sue somebody, we normally do by summons or statement of claim. So if you do statement of claim one time, you might not be able to do it good. So you need it to do several times. So you need to measure, okay, if I do this statement of claim 5 times, then I will get the gist of it. I will know how to do it. So if you do it 20 times, then you will be the best person to do the statement of claim. So this is the kind of things that you need to do so that when you can actually measure them, you can manage them. For example, cash flow. If should you decide that after you graduate you want to become a business owner, a business entrepreneur, you need to have a smooth cash flow. Cash flow is what money comes in. So for example, you do sales. This particular week you get 10,000. Next week it comes down to 5,000. The next week 1,000. Next week $100. Okay, so if you actually measure that, then you can identify what is the problem. Why is my sales shrinking from 10,000 to only 0? What went wrong? So if you don't measure, if you don't monitor your progress, how would you know that you're making money or you're losing money? Simple as that. So what gets measured gets managed. So you must put down whatever figures. Okay, this is very important as a student, as a worker. In your family also is important, you know, you have to understand that what gets measured gets managed. Okay, next, Anna. Okay, next. Focus one thing at a time. Okay, who here believes that you can multitask? You can do so many things at one time. Who here can multitask? Okay, if yes, type number 4 in the chat room. Oh, my son. I don't believe you, my son. Men cannot multitask. They are very bad in multitasking. Men cannot. Sorry to say, but it's true. Men cannot multitask. So if you say you can multitask, then you're not telling the truth. You cannot multitask. Okay, women, yes, we are good at multitasking. We can fry the fish at the same time. We can wash the vegetables. We can also wash the plates. And then we tend to the fish. And then we can actually see the handphone. We can do so many things at one time. Okay, being a woman, you are able to do that. Tapi men, tak boleh. So the best thing what? You need to focus one thing at a time. If you have 10 things that you need to finish, identify which is the best, which is the most urgent thing that you need to do. Focus on that one first. Focus, get it done, settle. Go to the next one, settle. Go to the third one, settle. The fourth one, settle. Fifth one, settle. But if you do the first one sikit, then you do the second one a little bit, then the fourth one a little bit, then you go back to the first one, what gets settled? Nothing, right? So you cannot multitask. You cannot do so many things at one time. It doesn't work. You better focus on one thing at a time. See, this is one due. Just one thing at a time. Focus on one thing at a time. And you make sure you get results. Okay, next. Okay, dominate distraction. Okay, who here feels that when they want to study, when they want to do something, there's so many distractions here? Okay, type 1 in the chat room. Okay, Nurul, okay. Okay, since you, okay, Rashad, okay. Oh, Nurul, okay. Perhaps, okay, Siti. Thank you so much, Nurul, Siti, thank you so much, yeah. So, what kind of distraction are we talking about here? Distraction, I'm not sure whether all of you are married or not. Oh, okay, thank you, Nurin. Okay, what kind of distraction here? Distraction from your boyfriend? Every time, WhatsApp, how are you? I love you lah, I miss you lah, you know, every 5 seconds, WhatsApp, you know. Distraction, that is distraction. You want to study. He keeps sending messages, I miss you, when can we meet lah, PKP lah, this lah, that lah. But you want to study. That's distraction. What about distraction? Phone call. Distraction also. Email. Distraction also. Your friends at in the room. This is assuming it's physical lah. Your friends, you know, laughing, distraction. So how do you dominate distraction? How? So you have to, for example, when it comes to going on the social media, you have to put a time when to go on social media. So let's say you have probably probably you want to look at your social media early in the morning before you have class. And then the next time would be probably about lunch hour. And then in the afternoon. So in between, you don't look at your handphone, you don't look at your social media. So therefore, you are able to dominate distraction when you actually fix a time when you can actually entertain those things. For example, if you have to answer an email, now everything is by email, so it's best you answer early in the morning. Okay, if you don't do it early in the morning, probably in the afternoon, about 12 o'clock, you answer your email. But not every minute checking your email, that's wasting time, that's distracting. Okay, same goes for example, if you already identify when you want to study, you know, you make sure that that point of time, there's no one distracting you. You can focus 100% to perform what you need to do. Okay, same at the workplace. If you identify that your colleagues are very noisy, so probably you might want to tell them, I want to do something, can you please be quiet? You dominate, you tell them, this is very urgent, I need it to be done, can you please cooperate? Can you keep silent? Something like that. You have to inform them, you have to find a way to avoid, to get rid of all distractions so you can focus. Because we want to focus. You have to be smart. Okay? We don't want to work like a horse. We want to work smart. We want to leverage. So if you have like many things you need to do, probably you can ask somebody to help you. Leverage your job. Delegate your workload. Okay, next. Okay, do fewer things less. Less is more. Do you believe this? Believer? So who believes less is more? Type number 6 in the chat room. Do fewer things less. Less is more. So it's better to be specific. Yes, thank you, Siti Balkis. Yeah, thank you, Anis Amira. Thank you so much. Yeah? Okay, so it's better to be good, specific in one thing rather than good in everything. So if you are good in everything, people might not remember you. It's better to be niche in something, good in one thing that everybody will remember you for that. So do fewer things, but you know that that's the best of what you can do. Okay, I want to ask you, my son, what is the best thing that you can do? The one thing that you're so good at.
I am not sure.
You're not sure? Just give me one thing. Probably you're good at repairing the TV, I don't know. You're good at recommending good movies, you know? What you good at? Just one thing only.
I can't think of it.
Can't think of one.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to you later.
Yes.
Probably Rakib wants to share what you good at, Rakib.
I know, cook maybe.
Cool. Okay, excellent. So he's good in something. Okay. You are doing what right now?
As in my course,
Yeah, your course. What are you doing now?
Islamic economics.
Is Islamic studies
Islamic economics.
or Islamic economics? Okay. For example, should you decide not to pursue becoming going to finance, Islamic finance, you can always go to cooking, you know. Because you're good in that, you know. So I believe that being an entrepreneur, you must do something that you like, that you're good at. For example, myself, I'm good in law. I'm good in inspiring people. That's why I want to inspire as much people as I can, and I can do that by making a living of that. So if let's say you're good in cooking, probably when you have time, probably you want to go to cooking classes, you know, and then who knows, you can make, cooking from home. Selling, there's a lot of people doing that online right now, you know. They sell cookies, you know, cakes from home, and they really make a lot of money. Believe me, there's an option for you lah, because you can do something else apart from being a Islamic financer. Okay, next Hannah. Okay, ni yang when you have so many things to do, you on so many gadgets. Who has done this actually? Who has done this? You have so many, you have to attend to a webinar, you have to attend to a Zoom meeting, you have to actually, you have a Google Meet, so you on at the same time, many devices. Who has done that? If yes, type one in the chat room. Let's be honest. Everybody has done that. Even myself have done that. But the thing is, okay. Thank you, Noreen. Yes, Kayla. The thing is, we tend to, thank you, my son. Thank you, Jasmine. Yes, we tried. But the thing is, we cannot focus. Correct or not? So when you cannot focus, your energy, you get very frustrated, because there's so many things you need to understand. You know, you need to listen. You want to hear to this one. So many things you want to look at, you know. But you cannot focus because you don't know where to focus. So isn't it better you just, probably you record one and then you just focus on one. So later you can hear the recording. But to be honest, even if you record also, the chances you want to hear back is very slim. Correct or not? Can? Yeah. I always tell my colleagues, never mind, you record, you just send the recording to me. I'll listen to it. Tapi trust me, I will never listen to it. So I prefer to be there physically rather than it's not the same. Okay, next. Okay, last. I think this one everybody has to learn to say no. Everybody. The problem is with us that we are very nice people. When anybody asks you to say something, okay, yes, okay, fine, I'll do it. When in actual fact you cannot do it, you know that you cannot do it, but you takut apa, orang tu kecil hati, you know, probably the person will feel sad, you know, you cannot help the person, you know, you want to accommodate everybody. So the secret here to energy management, learn to say no. It's okay to say no. Don't feel that macam you obliged to help the person. No, you owe nobody any obligation. It's okay to say no. You can say no. In fact, you have to say no. Okay, so how do you say no? Perhaps you might want to say, I really value your opinion. I really value the fact that you want me to help you, but unfortunately, I'm quite busy at the moment. Perhaps you might find someone else. Or you can just tell the person, I know somebody who can really give you fantastic idea. You better approach this person. So that is a polite way of saying no. Or you can say that, I would really love to help you, but I have something at the moment. I cannot attend to you at the moment. Something like that. Give excuses, but in a nice way, so that the person won't feel offended. Because at the end of the day, you still want to have the relationship with the person. Because in life, you need friends, you need companions, you need people, because you have to interact with people on a daily basis. You don't live alone. So you need relationships, because if you're alone, you probably won't survive. Correct or not? You need friends. That's why in the pandemic situation, we are normally alone by ourselves. So that's why we need to know how to manage our energy, manage our mind, you know, our emotions, so that we can become a better person. Okay, next, Hannah. Okay, that's it. So these are among the talks. I do a lot of sharing, you know. I do a Facebook Live on my Facebook page every Friday from 8 to 8:30. So I share various topics. I collaborate with a lot of lawyers, you know, friends. This one is where I did a talk with the program ◓ 𝗍𝗂𝗂𝗃 So this one I did with Mas. So I give a talk to, there was like, I think about 300 people there for the workforce of Mas for password minder. So they had some issues because most of them were working from home. So they didn't know how to cope with the situation. So I did a talk for them. Okay, next. Okay, this is I focus for the students, you know, antara cita atau cinta-cinta. Which would you choose? Love or ambition? So for me, I would choose love. I wouldn't choose ambition. Seriously, I would choose love over ambition. But Alhamdulillah, I got the best of both worlds. So this is what happens when you don't have money in a relationship. It will lead to financial disaster. Because apart from communication, money is also very important. Okay. So this one we conducted a perceraian meningkat dalam PKP, meaning to say that I did this talk with this cosmetic founder. So this is we find ways to help women. Next. Okay, this is relating to the subject of emotion and mental mindset. So we did a lot of how to move on after you divorce, you know, mental rumah tangga. So this one I did a talk on unmasking the unconscious mind, you know. How do you know that actually what you see, I see you, I see Kayla, I see Rakib, I see Siti Balkis, this is actually only 10% of your potential. So how to unleash your potential inside you so that you can become a greater person. So there's a secret to that. Okay, next. Okay, this is my other talks. Okay, this one kecelaran rumah tangga is my talk this Friday. This is a psychiatrist. I'm doing collaboration with her. So last week I had a talk with a fashion designer. She had she posts her fashions on the wedding in Kuala Lumpur. So it was very fun, very interesting. Okay, next. Okay, these are the trainings that I conducted. Okay, we had a lawyer empower training, 1 lawyer empower training, 2, and then we had a great lawyer drafting training. So what I do is actually teach you how to do client counseling, how you want to counsel a client. When you want to take up a case, you have to do consultation, be it being a lawyer, being an architect, being an engineer, you have to do consultation with the client. So how do you do that? How do you get accurate information so that you can help your client, and how would you make your client agree with you? So there are ways. So I teach that. I actually train you to become good in that. So I also did a talk on child custody and trust for focusing on the mu'alaf people. Okay. And this is my one coming this Saturday. Suka rebut harta. Okay. So next. Okay. So I'm inviting all of you to join my group. I call it the Lawyer Empower League. Why? Because in this group I will share tips on how to manage your emotions, your mind. You know, I will share tips you can use in your career, in your life as a student. Very useful tips. So please take time to scan, join the group. In case you have any questions, you can always ask me. No problem. Okay? Dah scan dah, okay dah? Dah? Dah. Okay, good. Good. Okay, next. Okay, this is how you can contact me. Okay? So my name is 𝗕𝗵𝗧𝗂𝗧 𝗵𝗀𝗃. This is my firm. Okay, it's in Kajang. Okay, this is my phone number. I'll type it inside the chat room lah. 012. Mana chat room? Type dekat chat room. Okay. 012-232-0228. Okay, ni punya phone number 𝗕𝗵𝗧𝗂𝗧. 𝗕𝗵𝗧𝗂𝗧. Okay. So kalau you nak, if you want to check me out on the Instagram, you can check me out 𝗕𝗵𝗧𝗂_ISMAIL. This is my Facebook page, The Amazing Syarie Lawyer. Okay. So this is my email. So next. Okay. Life is too short to spend it on war with yourself. So please find peace within yourself. Okay. So now that I've given you the secret, the strategies, how to manage your energy. It's not about time management, it's about energy management. How to manage your energy, how to balance your emotion, what you need to do, how to have a correct mindset. So please find peace within yourself. Okay? Life is just too short to be unhappy. Okay, next. Okay, picture time. Jom. Okay, Hannah, you can stop sharing, Hannah. Okay, jom kita take picture.
Yeah, everyone can turn on their camera for a picture session, and after this we can go to the Q&A session, right, my son?
Yeah. Okay, siapa yang ambil gambar ni? Who's taking the photo? You taking the photo, my son?
Madam, I can take a photo.
Okay, Hannah, you take the photo, Hannah.
Hold on. Let me join. Oh, never mind. It's okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, one more. Okay, everybody, easy pose. Okay, freestyle. Okay, 1, 2.
There. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Hannah. So back to you, Mr. Maisan.
Okay, thank you very much for the wonderful inputs. So I will open for the question and answer. Before that, I will summarize the event of today. She has touched on the emotion management, which there were 6 parts, which firstly about the gratitude to give, secondly on the communication, which highlights on the visual, audio and kinesthetic aspect, where you should meet the personality when speaking with someone in order to adapt. And thirdly is acceptance, which has the 3 F's: to forgive, forget and move forward. And fourthly, to adapt in any situation, in any circumstances. And fifthly, words of affirmation. And lastly, me time. And on the other topic she highlighted was on energy management, which she highlighted on the walk with your body rhythm. So you have to identify which time is best suited for yourself, and secondly have a plan, and thirdly monitor everything, so what get measured get managed. And fourthly, she has mentioned also on the focus on things at a time. And fifthly, on energy management, on dominate distraction, fix a time in order you can dominate what you want to be done. And 6, do fewer things better, and at one thing one at a time. And lastly, learn to say no. These are the sum up of her speech by our speaker today. So if anyone has any question, please do ask.
Thank you, my son. You're a very good student. You got all the details, all the fines. So good, lah you. Okay. Any questions?
Okay, maybe I kickstart with a question while the participants and students are thinking of something to ask. First of all, Puan Fatimah, thank you for sharing about the part of to-be list, because I think we are used to knowing about to-do list, right? What to do, what to do. But at times we forget the essential part is what is it that we want to be or aspire to be. So I think that's a really good point, even for me, because on a daily basis, weekly basis, I always plan my week of what I need to do in the day and in the week. Sometimes I forget to refresh on what I need to be and need to improve on. And then the other thing that I like and I wanted to highlight also about dominating distraction. Because usually we would use the term eliminate distraction. But not all the time we can eliminate. So we must find way to dominate. So that's a more empowering and stronger word, which I like. And then, so my question is that maybe this relates to students as well, because I also talk to my students that sometimes, we know that everybody has, have their own story. Everybody maybe facing their own challenges with studies, with family, relationship, finance, right? And sometimes maybe for a person, like if they want to talk to their friends about a problem they're facing, they feel that they don't want to burden their friends anymore because their friends are also going through stuff. So end up, maybe they don't have anyone to talk to, and things they don't have anybody to share about their problem because they feel that they don't want to burden their friends. So what is your advice for friends? How can friends be there for each other? If we are on the other side of the not having the problem, but how can we be there to support to our friends while we also have things to deal with? And what can friends do to each other to support?
Okay, thank you for the very comment. Thank you for the wonderful comment. I really appreciate. Thank you, Kayla. Okay, as regards your question, everybody has problems. It would be a lie to say that we don't have problems. Everybody, even myself, I have lots of problems. But you must be able, whatever you have, you just keep it within yourself. But when you see people, you have to show to everybody that everything is okay. So the thing is, you never know when somebody is not okay. You never know. Because people do not show their emotion. Whatever they have secret, they probably just keep it up inside. And they might not trust even their parents, because actually the best person to tell your problems are your parents. But sometimes we don't want our parents to be worried about our problems. Probably we should tell our friends. But then, can your friends give you a good advice? You actually don't know also. So the thing is, how do you want to help a person who has a problem? First, you might not know whether he or she has a problem. So what you need to do is probably if she's your best friend, you can observe the way she conducts herself. Let's say, if she's a very jovial person and all of a sudden she's very quiet, then you know that something's wrong with her. You just have to reach out, say, if the person doesn't want to open up, it's okay. Because all of us, we need to feel that somebody cares for us, correct or not? You need to feel loved. You need to feel wanted. You need to feel cared for. So if you can get that from somebody, from your friend or anybody, you will be attracted to that person. So if you're being a friend, your friend might have a problem, but you don't know for sure because he's not saying anything or she's not saying anything. So you could probably just text her, hi, how are you doing today? I hope you're okay. I have you in my prayers every day. So perhaps you can just give her a call, hi, how are you? Make sure that the person feels loved, feel cared for. Sometimes you might want to surprise and just send a present, a cupcake or whatever, you can just send roti canai or something, by Food Panda. It's very easy now to please people actually. So we need find a way to show that we care for that particular person. Whether she wants to tell her problems is her prerogative. You cannot force somebody to tell you what's your problem when the person doesn't want to share. You cannot force that out of the person. But by being concerned, by being caring towards your friend, probably she might tell you, actually, I have this one problem. I don't know who to ask, Probably you can advise me. Or you can also hint to her that you might want to, perhaps I can share you my friend's contact number. You might want to speak with her. Or if you feel that she might not want to communicate with you, you can even, suggest to her, why not I accompany you to see somebody, professional, perhaps. You can even give my phone number. I'd be more willing to contact her, ask her what's wrong with her. So these are the things that you need to know. You have to make people feel cared for, feel loved. Did I answer your question, Kayla?
Yeah, thank you, Puan. Because I think that is sometimes maybe we forget of the simple things that we can do. Like, maybe we don't have a lot of time or the skill to solve someone else's problem. But like you said, simple things like buying a drink, buying a roti canai. I think that is something very doable for everyone, inshallah, to show give support to our friends.
Yeah, sometimes just a salam every day. What I do is normally I will just blast in my group of friends, salam every morning, good morning, salam, So when you receive a salam, good morning, you feel so, wow, best, somebody remembers me. Something like that, simple things that won't cost you a single cent. So just salam,
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Ada soalan ke? Any more questions?
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, ya Siti.
Assalamualaikum Puan Fatimah. Actually, first of all, thank you so much for your speech because I think it's like a vitamin for me for starting a new semester. So actually, I have a question. This question is very related to me. I want to ask, how do we maintain our spirit and our mindset to get our targets and goals? Like sometimes we get tired and we tend to give up all along the way when we want to achieve something that we are targeting. So how to keep ourselves to be in that spirit?
Okay, thank you so much, Siti Balkis, for your wonderful question. Okay, why do you wake up every day? Why do you go to school? Why do you do what you do? So what gets you up every morning to keep you on your toes? I have to do this, I have to complete this, I have to be positive every day, is your big why. You have to have a big why. Why are you doing this? Is it for yourself? Is it for your parents? You must revisit, actually, why am I doing this in the first place? Why am I studying? Why do I want to become a lawyer? Why am I doing finance, Islamic finance? Why? So if you understand the purpose why, nothing will be a problem to you. You will wake up every day because you know, I have to achieve that. You have to be in the good state of mind because if I'm not stable, I cannot achieve what I want to do. First, you must be very clear on why you're doing this. When your big why is clear, you can actually see it. Okay, for example, some people then the big why, some people were born not probably some people they might not be rich, born in a poor family. So the big why is, I want to get out of this poorness. I want to be rich. I want to be able to buy my parents a house. Okay? So if your why is that big, you'll do whatever it takes to make sure that you can buy your parents a house. You can you can buy yourself a new house, a new car, be in a different situation, be in a different place. So in order to have the mindset, when your why is big, your mindset, your emotion will be aligned with your big why. Because if I don't perform, I cannot get what I want to get. It goes back to that's how you motivate yourself, by keep remembering my big why, my why, my why. So when you understand your purpose of life, what you need to do, how you need to get it, your why is very important. When you understand the why, the how is easy. How to manage your emotion, how to have a clear mindset, it will be very easy because your big why is very clear. Understand, Balkis? Okay, so
thank you so much.
So in your case, you must go back, understand why I'm doing this. So when you understand why you're doing this, so in order to achieve what you want to achieve, you have to know that you have to be positive. So go back to the 6 strategies, be grateful, accept things as the way they are. All the values I gave you just now. Adapt. So that is, it is very important to be grateful every single day in the morning. So that is the key to being positive. So bila you positive, you ingat balik kenapa your big why. Why you need to do that. Okay? Alhamdulillah. Any other
Alright.
question?
Assalamualaikum, Puan Fatimawati.
Waalaikumsalam. Who's speaking?
Khairul Azami.
Yeah, Encik Khairul Azami. Yeah.
So just one question in the in the beginning of your talk, you mentioned that you were it's about it's not about the topic today. It's about the profession. You said you actually had gone through like when you graduated from the university. So you had a partner for the firm. Then you went. I think now you on your own, right? On your own.
Correct.
So what's the benefit of having a partner, and what's the benefit of doing everything by your own? Please, Puan.
Okay, that's a very good question. Thank you so much. Okay, when you're on your own, okay, I'll go to the on your own situation, because that is the situation I'm in right now. When you're on your own, you have no one to, you're doing everything on your own, sole proprietor. So you make this is easy for you to make a decision, because you don't have to actually agree to anybody. It's your business, it's your life, you decide how you want it to be done. But if you have a partner, there are perks having a partner. There are 2 heads better than one. You can discuss a lot of things, but sometimes when you're having a partner, there might be conflicts of interest whereby you might not agree, you might not see eye to one thing. So sometimes it's better to work alone. But when you work alone, you need to have a team, people under you, not people the same level as you, but under you, your LA, your staff, so you can work together as a team. But being a partner, you have to have actually the same wavelength, the same understanding, because some partners, the mission, the vision is different from your vision. So if you cannot go together with your partner, it's better you separate. It's better to be on your own. You have your own team. If you have a partner, he has his own team, you have your own team, so you have actually 2 teams. Understand?
Okay. All right. So it's just of course sometimes 2 heads are better than one, but then you have to have the same wavelength, huh? The same wavelength.
Yeah, you have to have a partner who understands you, who is supporting you throughout.
So what is your advice, Puan?
My advice is if you can find a good partner, by all means, enter into a partnership. Ask him to become your director. Have a JV with him if you can find the right person.
Okay.
Because now people are very selective in who they choose as a partner. Because you have to know the person. Bukan tahu 1 day or 2 day. No, you have to know the background, everything. Is he trustworthy or not? So,
okay. So what is your advice for those graduates from the Kuliah of Law, Ahmad Ibrahim Kuliah of Law? So for them, after they graduate, what's the next step? What's the next step?
Okay, for the law students, since I'm also a lawyer, okay, it actually goes back to your why. Sometimes you never know what you want to be. You might think that you want to be a lawyer, but then when you graduate, you do chambering, you feel that I cannot take it becoming a lawyer. I might as well join the service. You never know. So you have to explore. What I did was after I finished, I graduated from my degree. I did my chambering, and then I feel that I love being a lawyer. So I pursued to become a lawyer. So it depends, because the chambering period is very important, because that will determine whether you are cut to be a lawyer or not. If you're cut to be a lawyer, then by all means stay in the profession. But if you feel that during this chambering period you cannot take it, going to court, being scolded by the judges, whatnot, so if you cannot take the pressure, being a lawyer, your life is full of pressure. Pressure from the client, pressure from your office, pressure from the court. You have to be on your toes if you want to become a lawyer. Okay. That's a serious fact. Okay, so in order to be a lawyer, you have to be really equipped. You have to be strong mentally, emotionally. You have to be strong. Okay, so otherwise, you can, if you feel that you're not cut to become a lawyer, you can go to other professions, being a lecturer, whatnot. It's okay. But how you want to know whether you are fit to become a lawyer, you have to go through the chambering period.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I will advocate everybody to do their chambering, because it's a waste. You study 4 years, you don't qualify to become a lawyer. It's a waste of time. So please do your chambering. There you decide, should I become a lawyer or not? Not before.
So that is where the junction is, huh? Whether you go left or you go right or you go straight.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Puan. Thank you very much.
Welcome. Yeah, any other questions?
Is there no question? If from the floor there's no question, okay,
Betul? Yeah.
Okay, so if there's no question from the floor, we will be on behalf of SITC, we would like to once again give our highest appreciation to Madam Fatimawati Ismail for spending her precious time to share the knowledge with us. And okay, so thank you everyone, and I end my duty as master of ceremony for today's event with wabillahi tawfiq wal hidayah and with tasbih kafara and surah walas.
Okay, thank you everybody for inviting me.
Thank you, Puan Fatimah, for a great session. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
Inshallah, we'll invite you again, Puan.
Alhamdulillah, I'm so looking forward to it.
Bye. Have a great day.
Okay, have a great day.